Jim, watching Free Speech TV in Lockport, Illinois. Hey, Jim, what's on your mind?
Good afternoon, Tom. It was a pleasure to meet you on Wednesday.
Thank you, Jim.
Yeah,
nice meeting you, too.
Nice. And, first of all, I think the endorsement by State Senator Nina Turner will help with the African-American community big time. She's my Black Bernie. She is a tough one, boy.
Yeah.
I love that gal. And, in light of what happened in France, I think the only way we can truly combat ISIL is by cutting their access to social media, because unless we cut that access, their tentacles reach around the world. And I don't know if we can get social media providers involved. The NSA, they can monitor things on the phone, like for a word bomb and assassinate and all this stuff. They should be able to do the same thing. And as soon as those websites go up or postings go up, they should be able to knock them down, because that's the only way we're going to. You can drop as many bombs on them, but until you can tell the ideology, it's a really an uphill battle.
Yeah,
you got to say too. If this happened back in the 1980s, before the social media revolution, this probably wouldn't be happening.
Well, at least the recruiting of Americans and the hyping of it, I don't disagree with that. I do think that we should be pausing to reflect on this. We should be saying, okay, what are the things that led to this? And frankly, regime change. Bernie again pointed this out in the Democratic debate, and he went all the way back to the 1950s. Where we overthrew a democratically elected government in Iran, we overthrew a democratically elected government in Iraq. We supported dictators in the region. We've been supporting the Saudi royal family for a long, long time. But this idea of regime change, of overthrowing regimes that we don't like, has, almost without exception, given us, this terrible blowback. With regard to cutting off their access to the social media, that's kind of a Hydra problem. You cut one head off and another head appears. They can put up accounts as fast as you can take them down. On the one hand, okay, so you could say, well, it's going to be really difficult. It's going to be a real challenge, and there's all these kind of peripheral ways that this thing gets done. But that said, child porn has pretty much vanished from the internet, and we've got very sophisticated systems for tracking it, for tracking people who are supplying it, and for tracking people who are consuming it, or whatever the word is, and so it seems logical, Jim, that there should be, some kind of mechanism in place for doing something about this. The question is well, not the question, but a question in the United States would be, is ISIL's free speech right protected by the First Amendment?
Good question there, Tom.
It's like, if the NAACP is going to protect the right of Nazis to march through Skokie, Illinois, through an area filled with Holocaust survivors back in the 60s, when there were a lot of Holocaust survivors who are still alive, should we be defending ISIL's right and then pushing back? Really, at the core of this thing, Jim, this is a propaganda war. And, one way to stop a propaganda war is to prevent the other side's propaganda. That's damn hard. The other side is to eliminate the conditions that they can propagandize about. And it's a little late now for us to go into Syria or any of these other countries and say, okay, we're going to help you rebuild your country. We're going to grow food. We're going to help you, get water and stuff. But that's really where we should have been a long time ago. Jim, thank you for the call. We'll be back. To watch more clips from our programs, hit the Watch More Videos button over here. And please be sure to hit the handy-dandy subscribe button so you'll always be up to date. Tag, you're it.